for Clerk. Ms Johnston.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Education. Minister, you would be aware that one of the election promises of the Labor Party took to the recent election was a plan to provide lunches to all primary school children in government schools. Minister, as a genuine independent in this parliament, it is my intention to support good ideas no matter where they come from. And this one is a policy that I do agree with. You would also be aware from your previous responsibilities as Health Minister that as a preventative health initiative, a good diet at a young age will not only improve educational outcomes and attendances at primary school, but it will also help to instil healthy eating habits into adulthood. It is important, Minister, to acknowledge that a school lunch program that only targeted needy children would almost certainly stigmatise those children. We know how cruel schoolyards can be. And how do we determine which children deserve a nutritious meal and who don't? Minister, do you agree that a healthy diet is important for school-aged children? If so, will you put your political rivalries to one side and introduce a healthy lunch program that would be available to all primary school students in government schools?
Honourable Minister for Education.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Member for Clerk for her question, and I too welcome you to this place and look forward to your inaugural speech, I understand, which will be later today. Mr Speaker, the Tasmanian Government is committed to ensuring that all Tasmanians have access to healthy and nutritious food, and this importantly includes our vulnerable children and our young people. We know that some of our students do come to school without breakfast or lunch, and this is why, as part of our election policy to ensure the food security of Tasmanians, we have committed $1.4 million to expand our school lunch pilot to 30 primary schools around our state. This follows a smaller pilot run with the Tasmanian School Canteen Association last year across 6 schools, with some positive results including better concentration, increased school attendance and reduction in behavioural issues. This expanded pilot will provide healthy and nutritious lunches for students in need. This program will be flexible to ensure that schools can make decisions about the kinds of lunches that best meet the needs of students in their local communities. Each school community is different, and decisions about the most appropriate and equitable way to provide these supports are best made by the principals, the teachers and the parents at a local level. And of course, we'll continue to work closely with the Tasmanian School Canteen Association, who provide so many valuable services to our community. We'll be rolling out the EIO process for the first 15 schools in the next 2 months. The findings from this expanded pilot will of course inform future initiatives. Mr Speaker, we know that during the election the opposition took a long list of unrealistic and uncosted policies to the community, including its school lunch program. At a cost of $30 million, the only way that Labor was going to pay for this unrealistic spending would have been significantly increasing school levies. Our pilot is a considered, evidence-based plan that targets the support where it's needed and strengthens access for Tasmanians to have healthy and nutritious food. This is about supporting the food security of Tasmanians, and unlike Labor's policy, it is not at the expense of the education budget. Of course, Mr Speaker, I acknowledge the member's genuine interest in this important topic, and the findings of the expanded pilot will, of course, inform future initiatives in this space, and will continue to do all we can to support our students. Our students' wellbeing is a priority of the government, which is why we're focused on making investments in education that include free access to school pathologists, psychologists, social workers in every child and family learning centre, and recruiting additional school nurses to add to the 42.7 full-time school nurses already working within our schools. In addition, Mr Speaker, we're hiring more in-school quality literacy coaches and more teachers. I'll continue to work closely with my colleague, Minister for Community Services and Development, Jeremy Rockcliffe, who has leadership of our food security work, to understand the findings of this expanded pilot. I want every one of our children to fully engage in learning, and our government is committed to providing the necessary and targeted supports our young people need.